Sup everyone, it's Mr. Miller here again. This video is about Anne Frank. So learning targets are, I can understand how certain Jews try to hide during the Holocaust. I can understand how hard life was for Jews in hiding. I can understand the life of Anne Frank. Our unit's primarily about Anne Frank, so it's important that you know this. So a lot of the time people forget that not all Jews followed Nazi instructions. Many people went into hiding with mixed results. It is important that you know this. A lot of Jews did comply, but not all. Anne Frank's diary is important because as a primary source of what the Holocaust looks like. Anne Frank's diary shows readers a lot of details on what life was like for Jews and other groups that Nazis did not like during the war. When you get to high school and college, expect you know the basics of Anne Frank's diary because when you get to the Holocaust unit, it's just the expectation you know. Who is Anne Frank? She is a 13-year-old Jewish girl. She was born in Germany, but when she was little, her and her little family moved to the Netherlands, which is right here. Germany's right here, Netherlands is here. And her father, Otto Frank, became a very successful businessman. His life was good for his family until the war broke out. Actually, everybody liked him in the community until like the Nazis took over and they saw him as like a problem. The Netherlands is a small country with a small population. Also, Germany is their neighbor. When the war started, the Netherlands just took over, and there was actually no problem whatsoever at all. Like the Netherlands didn't have an army to fight them with, so they just were overtaken really quickly. Anne Frank and her family still had a normal life when the Nazis took over. However, as time went on, the Frank family saw that Germans were doing bad things to the Jews. Otto Frank moved his family to a secret annex, which means attic, which was above his company's business. There was also another Jewish family there. Otto Frank was very rich. He owned a business and he was able to do that. So the two Jewish families hid in their secret annex for 2 years. They were helped out by workers of a company who felt bad for the Frank family. Anne Frank wrote in her diary during this time period. She wrote to pass the time. Her diary gives people an insight into the world of Jews hiding in the Holocaust as a whole. On August 4th, 1944, the secret annex was discovered by somebody, which was reported to the Nazis. A lot of people think that it was a worker in the warehouse. The annex was above a warehouse, and Anne Frank's dad, gave the company away to somebody, and it's just assumed that somebody knew about it. Everybody that hid in the annex was taken away to Auschwitz after that, which is a concentration camp. After that, Anne and her sister Margot were taken away from their parents and sent to Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. Anne Frank would die of a disease in the camp 2 weeks before the war ended, which is really, really sad. The only member of both family to survive was their father. Um, Actually, the dad found the diary and he allowed it to be published, but actually, at first, he took some parts out of it. Like the part that we're reading is a play of that, and some parts are actually edited because Otto Frank didn't like what Anne said about her mom. So over the course of history, it did get changed back though. Here's pictures of the annex though, so if you can kind of see, it's a really tight space, and all this is left behind. Actually, there's a museum in the Netherlands that you can go see of that. So thank you very, very much for your time. Have a wonderful day.